Alright, Lesson 7, assigning material property to your goblet. In this lesson, review how to open the existing database, assign color to the plastic shader for the region of the goblet, choose the transparency, micro, mirror reference option for the shader, retrace the various forms of your goblet. In this lesson, you would add the material property for the goblet you created with the previous lesson. First, the goblet should appear with a similar to the one with the following example, and the completed goblet with the material properties assigned. We're on reviewing the opening existing database. If you did for the last session, open your goblet database, goblet G, with G stand for .g stand for the database. The easiest way to do this is open the database with the terminal window for the first string with the MGD type within this MGD goblet database. Enter. Alternatively, with the good start with the MGD part, will select the file with the menu bar opening. The dialog bug will appear with asking the existing database name, goblet G, clicking on the directory listing, and then clicking open, and then the program should tell you with the database successfully open, and you millimeters for the unit measurements. Click OK. Draw goblets in the graphic windows of the draw of the goblet you made with the previous lesson. Move the mouse over the pointer to the combat window with the command window. The type of the prompt. The draw goblet 1 command. Enter wireframe representation. Goblet should appear with the graphic windows. Assign colors, plastic shade, the region of the goblet. All right. To go to the edit menu, click on the combination of the various region for the goblet you made with the last region. To go to the name of the box, click on the button with the right with the entry box. The sub-menu will appear with a double click on the select from all of the region. The list of the region created with the database will appear with include the base region 1, base in 1 region, stem 1 region. Double click on the base 1 region, select the region. Click on the bottom with the right color with the combination after the drop-down menu will appear with the variable the color along with the color tool to let you create the more color. Click on the blue next. Click on the bottom, the top with the right with the shade of the box, and later available to be shaved will appear. Click on the plastic now. New setup options will appear with the rule. Two options over this in this lesson. Click on apply to the sum of the colored blue plastic shape of the goblet base. Repeat this process assignment the green and plastic shape for the stem 1 region and the color yellow and plastic shape for the base 1 region. You would finish with the clicking OK to diminish the combination editor box. Although the changes have been made with the database to display with the graphic window, but it does not reflect with them. So, with the return of the mouse pointer with the command window, type all the at the prompt. B goblet 1 combination enter. The command clear with the screen with the redraw of the goblet when the color selection appears. Alright, retracing the goblet. Retrace the goblet, go to the file menu, click on retrace for the control with the panel with the move with the moist panel with the bottom with the right with the background color with the white option. To make the ray tracing go faster, you can resize the graphic window with the make smaller before with the ray tracer in the windows. Resize with the call of the ray tracer with the start of the ray trace process. Now, as mentioned previously, the undesired to have the region overlap. Although they have the overlays may not always affect the ray tracing process of the modeling. Where going specifically statically analyzed overlaps would create problems. While the goblet ray tracing move with your mouse for the cursor for the frame buffer option, ray trace control panel menu bar, click overlay of the ray trace process. Then should you have the goblet similar to the following example. You have the ray trace goblet. Alright, using the transparency and mirror reflectancy shader options. The ray trace goblet looks fairly realistic and completed. Could be enhanced by using the other option combination. If you select with the plastic shader and you set the option appear with allow with you chain with the various properties with attributed over the shader among the option for the transparency, you can adjust the property for the individual region for the enter for the value with the 0.0 opaque to 1.0 transparency. You can just apply with it just as you apply color of the shader to each of the goblet 3 regions. You can adjust the transparency each region by 1, selecting the region with the combination enter, 2, lifting, collecting, clicking on the box next to transparency, 3, entering any value between 0 and 1. For this reason, in the combination enter, click on the button with the right name of the box. Close. Choose the selection of the regions. Drop down menu. Choose the base 1 region. Then place the plastic shader selected. Make sure plastic shader selected. Type the 0.5 to make a regional semi-transparency. Click apply and then repeat the process for each of the other 2 regions. Ray trace the goblet, which should look similar to the following. Alright, the colors of semi-transparent goblet with the brighter over the opaque goblet to become the more lightly allowed with the penetration with the plastic material. You can make the goblet more realistic comparing with portraying the combination editor with the adding the mirror reflectancy. For each region, place your mouse cursor over the box next to you with the option. Click with the left button and then type in 0.45, which will cover the half of the available light reflected off the surface of the goblet. Retrace the new form forms of the goblet. Click apply with the retrace for the design. The new image should appear in an image should appear similar to the following example: the retrace goblet with the mirror reflectancy added. Alright, the new image is substantially different from the appearance of the original image for the continuing the change of the value of the transparent mirror reflectancy have the impact with the resulting image. Remember that when you the option combined value with the both options should be less than 1. The following table show with you some of the many possible combinations you could use. Alright, transparency value 50, 49, 35, 64, 20, 57, 10, 89, 89, 89, 10. So, our review. In this lesson, you reviewed how to open the existing database, assign colors and plastic shade of the region of the goblet, use the transparency mirror reflectancy option for the shade of the retrace various shapes of various forms of your goblet. Lesson 8, assigning more material properties to your goblet.